The choice of champions. Yeah, we're going to see what Kyler and DeAndre are up to. It was easy to find them. They bickered in French as always. Someone stationed them together in a fair. Right. There are chairs and tables, but no one is sitting at them. I'll presume that this is before the fair. It was easy to... Yeah, we read that. Woo! Chibiot! Oh, and... I might understand Chibiot one day, but no. I don't. They were hitting rocks over a large flat stump. Upon closer inspection, the stump had 2 piles of dark shredded material that appeared organic, along with multiple nests of long dry grass. Making a fire? Yes, they are making a fire, you hero. I joined the curious crowd of bystanders, mostly adults with a few children, watching in interest. DeAndre fervently struck the pyrite stones together, while Kyler had a methodical motion. Phew, phew! I see that means fire, fire. The kids frantically pointed and DeAndre uttered an exaggerated huh with a comical expression. He pretended to fumble the materials, causing the kids to shout directions. Following their excited instructions, he picked up the tightly wound grass and tried to stuff the black material into his center. He barely touched the tinder when he let out a yelp, pretending to burn his finger. As he nursed it, the kids howled with laughter. Kyler simply ignored the performance, his eyes blazing with determination to start a fire. Why is there a sun in the background? Guys, I think we have a bigger problem on our hands. There is some sort of weird ray coming off the sun and we're almost certainly going to burn up and die. But by all means, make a fire. We won't need one soon. A white wisp of smoke rose from Kyler's pile and he fed the sparks grass. At first, I thought Kyler would win their little battle, but the bundle extinguished itself. Groaning, Kyler turned around to grab more grass. DeAndre then gazed at the audience and held a finger to his mouth. Shh. With Kyler unaware, DeAndre pulled out a lighter, causing another ripple of laughter. Many kids clapped their hands over their mouths. Clasped? Yeah, I suppose they clasped. Over their... Clap is just, you're just slapping yourself in the mouth. Their mouths to muffle their giggles. With a playful wink, he ignited the bundle of grass, then pumped his fist into the air, claiming himself the victor. Kyler was astonished at first, but then noticed the abandoned rocks. Tu as triché. I presume that means you cheated, or you tricked me or something. Moi? No. DeAndre shoved the lighter into his pocket as their banter continued, which was drowned out by the applause of the crowd. DeAndre was a natural at engaging with his audience, but I was happy to see Kyler enjoying himself too. Well, you say enjoying yourself. The rest of the day whizzed by due to the constant hustle and bustle. With guests left, Hendrik asked if I wanted to help take down extra lights and decorations in the cave. What is it with massive fairs in recent games having no playtime? The amount that fair lasted was 3 fucking minutes. Is there really nothing else you could have put in that fair? We saw this with no one but you. Yes, we're going on a date to the fair, and it was 2.5 minutes long. And backstage pass as well, the award show being joking 8 minutes or something. Ugh. Well, yeah, I've done that. Together with Rosemary and Kyler, we successfully stockpiled the cutouts and wrapped up the strung lights. Is that everything? Seems so. Thanks for helping out. Switching the lights off now. You look better with a ponytail. Also, there are windows with light right there. How has it gone pitch dark? Whatever. I watched Hendrik as he flicked out multiple switches in the wet screen, causing the cave to grow dimmer and dimmer until it was completely black. Other than the lighthouse, we can fucking see her perfectly. I pondered in my mind, was she an alien? She completely glowed in the dark, as if there were no dark at all. You know what I mean? It's silly. Can you imagine being a Neanderthal walking into a cave for the first time? What thoughts they had as they took their first steps inside? Ooh, mud, ooh, warmth, probably? These rock formations are pretty cool. Hendrik, you have no imagination. Melissa, what do you think? Me? No, the other I squinted my eyes and stared into the abyss. Well, that it had some fascinating rocks. That stalagmites and stalactites were interesting to look at. What banter. You're no better than Hendrik. I like the sample size so far. Like a starless night. Oh, you look like you have something to say. That's 3 people glowing somehow in the complete dark. He hastily glanced at the floor, carefully considering his answer. Well, if a Neanderthal entered a cave for the first time, they'd notice how muted their surroundings would become, save for footsteps and maybe the dripping of water. Without fire, it would be like witnessing a starless sky. They'd see that the climate inside was stable and their torch's light wouldn't reach some of the highest ceilings. They'd have to gauge the size with more than just their eyes. God, this is interesting. They'd be entering a completely different environment. Maybe that's why their paintings were drawn so deep in the cave. It was like a spiritual place for them. The reflective moment was broken by Rosemary's hearty laughter and a slap to Kyler's shoulder, causing him to flinch. You seriously thought of this before, Cece? That is what I mean. Imagination. You say imagination. I'm not too sure on that. I admit, Kyler, I always thought you were a total bore. What's the term you once used, Melissa? A square? Yes, a square! Thanks. If I'd known you had a creative side, I would have made a bigger effort to talk to you. Come, let's chat about Neanderthals over some drinks. I would love to hear more about it. Oh boy. He's going to need to turn that hearing aid off. How loud she's going to be screaming later on. Probably not. Oh god, I'm left with Hendrik. Run! Run quickly! Run! Rosemary linked arms with Kyler and stepped towards the exit. He flashed Hendrik a frantic "Save me!" look. Hendrik noticed and raised a hand as if to halt Rosemary. Have fun! He wiggled his fingers goodbye. Kyler's mouth dropped, shocked at Hendrik's total lack of effort, while Rosemary dragged him outside. Will he be okay? He'll be fine. It'll be good for him. Well, on second thought, I should keep an eye on him, knowing Rose. Yeah, that was the fair. What an interesting day. I'm glad we had to sit through that. Ooh, you guys love these, don't you? Right, whoosh, whoosh. I think this is it. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Bam. Got it. Oh. We found fire. What a hero of the people we truly are. We failed at volunteering again. Like every Thursday, the students celebrated harder than usual. Party music filled the air, people danced, and there were groups chatting outside. Of course, I moved my body to the beat. When the song ended, I politely excused myself from the dance floor for a quick break. It's past noon back home. Mum probably replied to my email by now. I don't know when we sent her the email, but I hope it's not the last time we mentioned that, which was like last week. I entered the lab. I leaned over the chair position before my laptop. It would only take a few moments to read. Leaving the party so soon? Is this Agustin? No, it's DeAndre. He's in the lab, apparently, in the day that he was in the cave. Checking my email. Something up? Thought I'd ask you to dance. Oh, did you improve your driving the car? Hey, that's a very complicated move. I also added triple fist pump and the headphone nod to my repertoire. Well, you'll have to teach me those moves. Sure, let's dance. Yeah, fuck my parents anyway, bastards. Closing my laptop, I slipped past DeAndre, intending to head for the main door. However, he remained rooted to the spot. Actually, I thought we could try more of that Lindy Hop. Really? Did you enjoy it? No, but anything to touch you. Oh, yeah, no, sorry. That's the creepy answer. This is the good answer. I thought it was more fun than club dancing. Yeah, of course it was, DeAndre. You tell yourself that. This actually looks like dark, or does it? Hang on. This actually looked like it could be the first dark one. I don't see anything that would say a light could be here. Huh, weird. Excitedly, I grabbed my laptop and ushered him upstairs, away from the noisy chatter on the bass beat. Scrolling through the playlist, I selected a popular swing song and adjusted the volume. When I was done, I approached DeAndre in the centre of the room. Apparently you can't hear the music from here. It just stops as soon as it hits the wall. It's magical. They spanned so quickly that the background was just a blur, other than about 2 or 3 feet to the side of them, where DeAndre's arm came off from the shoulder, and Melissa swung it away, unaware that he was now only a one-armed man. His hand slipped into mine and he placed his other arm around my back. Do you remember the basics from last time? Wordlessly, he guided me through the 8 steps, then leaned over me, causing my upper body to dip toward the floor. Does that answer your question? The music would suggest it's romantic. This would suggest that we're having a good, dancey, happy time. Hang on, I thought one of his arms was supposed to be behind his back. That just looks like we're doing the hokey-cokey. I giggled when he held me up and we returned to the rudimentary steps without the extra flourish. I'm impressed. I didn't think rugby players could dance so well. That's a blatant generalisation. Rugby isn't just about strength. You need flexibility and agility to survive those scrums and rucks, unless you're a prop and you just need to be short and fat. I'd fit in perfectly. Besides, have you seen some of those dance celebrations after we score? Take skill to pull those off well. Yeah, just please don't tackle your dance partner or toss me around like a ball. I'll do something else to you. What, like this? His hands darted to my hips and he picked me up before spinning in a circle. Laughing, I supported my hands on his shoulders until he lowered me down, making sure I was secure before resuming our original position. I think you're a little early to be learning those advanced aerial moves. I'm a fast learner. I was astonished by his ability to read and react to my movements when I introduced basic swing outs. I guess it came with his rugby training. Yeah, sure, why not? His actions were inconsistent and sometimes he struggled to find a comfortable arm position, but he would correct himself by mimicking me. Whenever it clicked, he'd gain confidence and we would speed up or add a little flair. Soon we were both sweaty from the exercise and we called it a night. This isn't going to look weird. Not once did the smile leave my face. I was still grinning when I turned off the music. Someone's beaming. Hey, that's the projector, okay? I'm just doing my best the projector impression. It's not very convincing, is it? He playfully mussed my hair. Well, it's been a while since I've had a great dance chemistry with someone. It's hard to explain, but it's like our bodies knew how to react, and it all flowed together like a choreography we'd already practiced. I've missed that sensation. Not sure if that made any sense. No, I get what you're saying. I have teammates I've played with for years, and we can always predict each other's movements and work together. Well, I mean, it's play by... Yes and no, because after a while with playing with someone, you know that they're going to be making that run. But you're going to look to see if they're there. You're not just going to hope they're there. I hope the gap in skill level didn't hinder anything. No, I had fun. Sometimes it's good to return to the basics. What a cunty thing to say. Jesus. Well, Russ, you did suck, but, you know, sometimes it's good sucking. I admit I focus too much on wowing the crowd with advanced skills and neglect the simpler steps. Thanks for that, DeAndre. I've always loved dancing, but I feel like you restored some of the spark I thought I'd lost. We've now lost spark in our dancing. I didn't know that, but, you know, he put it back in us. Did something happen? Well, I trailed off, not wanting to ruin the pleasant atmosphere, and DeAndre's expression softened. Maybe another time. Yep, another time. I'd maybe give a fuck if they alluded to it beforehand, but they only very briefly mentioned her dancing. I couldn't give a fuck. Then we set on our merry way, and we left without saying anything to each other. Woo! Oh, another 15 by 15 one. It's gonna take a while. Woo! Whoosh! Okay, so I'm sort of struggling with the last bit here. I'm missing like one in each row, and then on the top I'm missing a bit. So here I'm missing one along here, and then I'm missing 3 here, 4 here. Can I? Oh, sweet, I could just do that. Huh, I didn't know that. That is done. Okay. I think I just preferred it without that, honestly. Oh, does that mean, can you confirm for me that this is right? Because that would have been a neat feature to know about beforehand. What ones have I said that I've done right? Okay, so this one. Can I not do any along here? Only the ones up here? I am not understanding how this works at all. Does that mean it's wrong? Everyone here can't be wrong, right? It can't be if it's confirmed that one there. Or does it? Oh, the hints. Right, okay. That makes a bit more sense. All I've done is just given myself like 3 hints, right? Which I knew were right anyway, I think. Did I? I don't know. This bit seems here new because we needed 4 here and now one's magically appeared here. Huh. Well, if that's like that, that means that there has to be 3 there. Okay, I think we can skip forward a bit more. Think I've got it? Ooh, oh my god. So the hints helped in the end. I guess that's what they're for. I just wanted to do it eventually. God, that was a long one. Normally, I speed things up to about 290%. That might have to be done a bit more than that. Say, Mel. Yes? Well, we'll see what you have to say next part.